Hey, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Pontiac. I want to take this moment to go ahead and say thank you and also say welcome. This is an event that we're going to have this evening. It's something that's really close and dear to not only my heart, but also to the children in our Truth Youth Coalition. These kids are absolutely amazing what it is that they do. But even in this day and time with so much uncertainty, and so many questions, COVID being one dynamic, but also to the social and racial injustice side of what everyone's dealing with in this day and time. These kids have really found a degree of confusion, hurt, and when you put both of those elements together, we find ourselves in a situation where kids are just trying to find the best way possible to coexist. But that is the reason why they wanted to come together tonight, to go ahead and give you this forum. So once again, I do want to go ahead and say welcome you and let you know on behalf of the Ascend Foundation Truth Youth Coalition, we want to welcome you to the first, and hopefully this is going to be the last time for us to have this forum. Our first virtual is our Surviving COVID virtual forum. And this will be an opportunity right now for our kids to go ahead and let you know exactly what their feelings are, their emotions, and all the things that I think a lot of parents may need to go ahead and know, but also too, kids need to go ahead and understand that they're not alone in the way they're feeling. Some kids are really a little bit more open to go ahead and discuss things amongst themselves, but certain kids just don't know how to go ahead and cope, just like a lot of adults don't know how to actually go out here and cope. So today, we hope we're going to go and answer a lot of those questions and also be able to go and open up some resources that would be something that's viable and something that's tangible for people to go ahead and participate in. But on top of that too, we're going to also be doing a tribute video. We've had a lot of amazing stories here in Pontiac for people who have survived this COVID dynamic. And today we get a chance to go and celebrate some of those people's lives and their existence. But also too, we also lost a few people too that have transitioned on, and it's with our greatest honor that we were able to go ahead tonight to go ahead and honor their memory and their legacy of everything they presented to this world and to this community. So today, I look forward to one amazing event, and hopefully you enjoy everything these kids work so hard to go ahead and do for you. So everybody sit back, get tuned in, get comfortable, and please enjoy the event. Take care.
Dave Scratch Stanfield, Lamont Twin Walker, Sheila Kirkendorf, Pedro Ellis, Corey Coleman, Markia Dink Mabin, Katrina Mabin, Dorothy Simmons, Robert A. Ragland Sr., Mary Hall, Laurel Donaldson Bonds, Linda Gentry, Herschel Powell, Alan Webb, Taisha and Corey Seaton, Lawan Kraft, Gil Garrett, Annie Briggs, Damon and Lakeisha Dorkins, Destiny Dorkins, Bessie Donaldson, Linda and Jaleesa Hill, Mike Houston, Yvette and Octave LaDuff, Nick Mansour, Sanjia Wiggins, Donna, Leonard, Sanel and Lashana Thurkill, Delois Anderson, Jacqueline Kills, Juanita Shay Harrison, Matthew Quivenin, Avonda Kane Cogdell, Kathy Biffle, Antoine Biffle, Aaron Devin Boogie Bell, Andre Fowler, Charlie and Quinette Rollins, Jaden Douglas, Vanessa Bonds, Marnice Jackson, Lois Lee Youngblood Jackson, Gregory Daniels, Devonna Jones, Tasha Marie, Amor Stewart, Stanley Burkett, Donatus, Belinda, Dejanay, and Jeremiah Smith, Amanda Johnson, Yolanda Donaldson, William Cyprian, Deborah Ann Harris Cyprian, Bessie Davis, Jason Daniel, Evelyn Moncrief, Judy Ward Love, and Bruce Love, Larry Miller, Taniety Kills,
Evening, everyone. My name is Michaela Powell-Moore, and I am the Vice President of the Ascend Truth Youth Coalition. And I would like to say thank you for joining us today in our Surviving COVID Town Hall. And I would also like to introduce to you my partner, my good friend, Jordan Myers. Jordan?
Hi, my name is Jordan Myers, and I am extremely excited you guys were able to join us tonight as we speak on some pressing issues and life changes that we all have been faced to deal with because of COVID. We look forward to having a great presentation, and I hope you enjoy.
And with that being said, we would like to introduce to you our panel. Our first panelist is Madison. Madison.
Hi, my name is Madison Durham. I'm the president of the T.R.U.T.H Coalition. I'm very excited for tonight and hope you guys enjoy.
Our next panelist, I have the honor of presenting, is my sister, Lauren McNair.
Hi, everybody. My name's Lauren McNair, and I'm actually the secretary of the Ascend Truth Youth Coalition. And I'd like to just thank everybody for tuning in tonight, and I hope you really get something out of this.
Our third panelist is one of my good friends, Quincy.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Quincy Nix. I'm one of the leaders of the Ascend Truth Youth Coalition, and I'm looking forward to having an amazing evening tonight. I said evening, event.
Our next panelist I have the honor of presenting is my sister, Sade Moore.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sade Moore. I am also one of the leaders of the Ascend Foundation Youth Truth Coalition, and I hope everybody gets something out of tonight and have fun.
And our final panelist of today is my good brother, Deshaun. Deshaun?
Hi, my name is Deshaun, and I'm also leader of the Youth Truth Coalition, and I'm just really excited about this thing tonight.
Well, with all that being said, since you have now met our panelists, let's go ahead and start off with our first question. So, our first question for today, for all of you, is what are some ways that COVID has affected your households?
All right.
Well,
Well,
me personally, go ahead.
all right. Me and Madison were sisters. I know it doesn't look like it, but we are. And back at the beginning of September, our whole household got corona. We caught COVID. And like thankfully nobody died, and like most of ours wasn't too bad. Like me, I was completely asymptomatic, and it was just crazy.
For me, I'm lucky enough. My family didn't catch COVID, but I would say one way it affected us is that I hate going through all these wash your hands like every hour protocol.
As far as me goes, how it affected my household. Well, fortunately, we didn't contract COVID either, except for my sister Michaela, but she did all right. She's fine now. Um, we were stuck in the house together. It was chaotic, but we built a better bond.
Madison?
I was just gonna say what Lauren said. Our whole household contracted it, and it was like kind of crazy for a while. We were stuck in the house for almost a month at a because like we got it back to back like that. It was really crazy for us.
Deshaun, do you have anything you would like to say too?
Yes, COVID hasn't really affected my family, but it has affected my friend's family. My friend had an auntie that passed away from it, and it's just been crazy out here. And it's real sad what's been going on, how people's family has been affected by it, but personally it hasn't affected me.
Okay. For the panelists, question 2. Since the pandemic has started, what have you done to keep yourself occupied at home?
I'm a very creative person, so I do a lot of arts and crafts, a lot of drawing, a lot of painting. I also like to watch anime in my spare time and play video games.
Okay, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Now that we're at home all the time, I definitely end up sleeping and eating a lot more than I used to.
Yeah.
And it's like I'll just go to sleep, and I just because I'm bored, and it's just.
Me?
No, I agree. Like I sleep the whole day away because of Corona now. Like I was so active before this. I was always going out, and now it feels like all I do is sit home and sleep or hop on Zoom calls.
Right.
Me, I spend most of my time playing the game, and I realized I was like, why don't I make a YouTube channel? So I do YouTube now.
Okay, well, for all our panelists, now we may move on to the third question. So I know some of our panelists have jobs. What safety protocols do your company have in place to protect their employees?
Well, personally, for my job, Like we have like sanitizing stations, and we have to wash our hands consistently, like every hour or so. And we have to wipe things down at certain times. And we have to wear gloves, and obviously we have to wear masks. But like when we take food out and package the food, we now have to wear gloves and a mask, and sometimes even face shields.
Anyone else?
As for me, I don't have a job, but I'm currently trying to get one, and everything's virtual. The interview's virtual, the application is virtual, everything's virtual.
As for Jordan,
Question for our panelists. What do you miss most about pre-pandemic?
I miss most about pre-pandemic is the going out with my friends and being able to do simple stuff like go to the movies and water parks and stuff.
Me,
I completely agree with you because, like, for me, I don't really like talking to people on the phone. I'd rather talk and hang out with them face to face. And so it's just sad and irritating that, I can't hang out with them like I used to.
I used to every Friday, me and my friends after school, we go to the rec center and play basketball. It used to be so fun. We'd be playing for hours.
Madison.
As for me, I just really miss being able to dine out or well dine in at restaurants. It's something about sitting at a table around surrounded with your friends and family, eating food, talking. That's just comforting and fun.
Yeah, I totally agree with all of you guys. It's really like it feels so weird to not be able to like just go out whenever you want, or if you do go out, you have to wear like a mask and gloves and sanitize.
Okay, well, that takes us to question 5. Since the pandemic, do you know any individuals or friends that are having difficulties coping? If so, have they turned to any substances such as weed, methane, anything?
Yeah, I've had a couple friends resort to using weed and other substances like perks and stuff to get through the COVID, or they was doing it before then, so they kind of just intensified it once this COVID outbreak happened.
I know a couple people who have like been just starting getting into it more, or like if they weren't doing it before, then they like started doing it. They started doing it now because of COVID, because like they haven't had anything to do, so they're just trying it just because, or doing it for fun, or
I completely agree. Many of the people I know who use substance like weed and alcohol, they've done it before the pandemic, but now it's just whenever they're bored, they seem to just pick it up. It's becoming more of a habit, a bad habit.
yeah.
Okay, Jordan.
Okay. Our next question for our panelists. What were some things you were to looking forward to this year?
Okay,
Oh,
so I'm a junior and my sister Madison, she's a senior. And school, we do this thing called a power. My bad, y'all. We do a powder puff, football, and it's the juniors against the seniors. And I was really excited, to kick her butt in this power puff game. But then it got canceled because Corona, and I just am really upset that didn't get to happen.
First of all, she
Yeah.
would have lost.
You don't know that. We could have won.
She would have lost, but I definitely do miss the powder puff game. It was a really fun experience as a junior, and I would have dominated as a senior. Okay.
I don't know. I can't take your word. I don't believe that.
Well, we'll see how that goes. Anybody else?
Homecoming, football games, being able to travel. I've been fortunate enough to travel, but it hasn't been the same because everything's been closed down and you got to keep clean and mask on. It's just a whole lot of how do I put this? A whole lot that you have to worry about now.
or
I also agree with that. Like, it's been crazy, I feel like, because, you know, as you're also a senior. So as a senior, you look forward to these things your last year and you're like, this is the last time I'll ever get to do it. And we're not getting to do it, you know?
so what is it like for y'all senior year? Like y'all can't do nothing for y'all last year of high school. How do y'all feel about that? Like, tell me. I really want to know because this ain't it. COVID is not it. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. This is not what I thought my senior year would look like at all. I thought I would get to go to homecoming and prom and the first day of school.
Man.
It's
Hell,
complete.
y'all was mad. Y'all probably was like, dang, we don't get no homecoming. We don't get no prom. Like,
Exactly.
We're probably not gonna get a graduation. Like,
like virtual graduation. Everybody graduate on Zoom.
Like,
Zoom
just
university.
imagine,
I know.
like, Zoom graduation, like, that just sounds crazy.
We're all graduating from Zoom University. Move your tassels to the.
Okay. Well, that takes us on to our next question. Since the pandemic happened, are there any opportunities that have actually happened because of it?
I would say that there have been some opportunities that have happened because of COVID, because, you know, everything's virtual. It's been a little like crazy, but at the same time, like people have definitely been reaching out more to like check in on you, and like opportunity, like colleges have risen in through email and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Right.
it's most definitely, it kind of sucks. Anybody else?
Well, I don't know if I would call this an opportunity, but this year the teachers are being a lot more lenient, and like they're not as strict as they would be if we were in person, because they all know that it's a hard time for everybody. And so I feel like the teachers are being a lot nicer than they usually are.
Jordan, how you
Anyone?
feel? Even though you're the host, like how you feel about it?
I mean, it's pretty crazy. I feel like a lot of things have changed. Like Lauren was talking about, teachers are more lenient when it comes to like assignments and school and stuff. So stuff has pretty changed. So I agree with Lauren.
I mean, in my defense, I mean, I know I'm a host too, but in my defense, opportunities have came and they have gone because of COVID. But I could say at least like I'm not on some of y'all level. I actually like virtual school. And the only reason I say that is because it's more organized for me as a person. Because when I be in school, I be all over the place. My backpack be full of papers. I be throwing away papers that I didn't know that I needed for a test. I be mad. Like, we gotta take this test, but everything is still on Google. So it's kind of like very organized wise for me. That's more so why I like it though.
My opportunities come for like programs that are going virtual, like being able to go on school tours, even though it's not the same, they're virtual now. So it's giving me an opportunity to be in more programs, and I can do it all at home, and it won't feel like I have to go here, there, everywhere. And my schedule is still busy, but it's easier because I'm at home.
I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like my schedule is a little bit crazier now that we have Zoom.
I do too. I gotta make sure I'm on
Everybody
top
trying to
of
do
it.
everything at the same time. It's like I have a Zoom meeting at 2 for
Yeah.
school, but I have another Zoom meeting at 2 for work, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm better with time.
Another question for our panelists. How's life been having to stay in the house with your family for the 11 months? With what rules were put in place? Have your family bond became stronger?
Okay, I have a lot of siblings, and I am slowly losing my mind being stuck in the house with them. They drive me nuts. I try and go to my room to get away from them. 5 minutes later, they're in my room annoying me, and it's like one of these days, I'm gonna have to give them a little love tap with a hammer. I'm just kidding. I would never. But that's how I feel. But I feel like our bonds probably have gotten stronger, like being around the house and with everybody. And like we've also started having family game night, which we didn't normally do before, but now it's like kind of becoming like, a weekly thing.
I mean,
Yeah, with
I
Lauren being my sister, it's the same for us, but like sometimes I want to choke Lauren. Who did COVID? Like before COVID, I did because siblings fight a little bit, a little love fighting. But like before COVID, it made like now that we actually have COVID, it's even worse.
I can say at least for mine, like I be at my mom's house, I be at my dad's house, and when I'm at my dad's house, it's me and my sister, and then it's those four little trolls that's just running around the house, driving everybody insane. And
Not the
different.
trolls.
Yeah.
Call them trolls. That's what we call them. Call them trolls. Because we got the 2-3-year-olds that they telling you what to do. They telling you what they want. They don't get their way. They get mad. They got an attitude. I be like, well, sorry, you can't get your way all the time. And then
It sounds like over here.
and then it comes to me and my sister, I be like, I love you, Sade. I do. But when it be like a certain amount of time, she just take that one time where she just gotta say something and then make me mad. And then I text my mom and be like, I'm ready to come home. I'm tired. I don't want to be here.
Yes. That
So we be having a moment too. But it's like out of everybody in the house, me and her gotta kumbaya each other in order to deal with the last four. So it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I'd be going with my dad. I would be going with my dad to escape. Because all my older siblings, the one that are mature, are over at my dad's house. So when I don't feel like being here, I go to my dad's house. Come on.
Exactly.
Well, I don't
So,
have a house to escape to. Like usually I would go to my grandma's house, but since Corona, she's like, no, you can't come in because like I'm not trying to get sick and I'm old. And it's like I totally understand where she's coming from, and I do not blame her. But it just sucks because my grandma's house was my getaway, and now I don't have one.
Are you? I'll figure out some way to barricade your door so you can be there.
oh my God.
not barricade the door.
I actually did that once, and then they like just pushed the door super hard and knocked all the bins over, and I had to clean my room. It was really irritating. I would never do that
The
again.
way our room is set up at my dad's house is that our door, we can't, like from the inside of our room, we can't close it. So it opens from the outside from where the basement is. So they can open it regardless of if we barricade it or not. And it's like when we want to just be to ourselves, it's like, no, your room is our room too. And we can be in here if we want to be in here. And then when we kick them out, they go and say something and then it's a problem. Or they just be like, well, why won't y'all just leave them alone? Because they're always in their room. They don't want to ever be with us. Like, but it'd be like, how can we if y'all just gonna boss us around the whole time? I don't want to play with nobody that's
about our room that they don't have.
saying like our room is literally a bed, a mat, and a beanbag chair and a mirror and a whole bunch of shoes and clothes in there. I'd be like, your room got the same thing. Both of them got bunk beds. They can jump on their own bed. But it's like, no, we gonna terrorize their room downstairs. So then
That's how little siblings are.
Who, man? I don't want that. So, for our next question, how has your support system been throughout COVID? For all of you.
Explain.
Okay, so for me, I don't even know like how to say this, but like throughout COVID, I feel like I can like I have talked to like the adults in my life a lot more than I would before, but I feel like I really just want them to like, take care of themselves before they take care of me. Because, everybody can get COVID and everybody can get sick, and I just like want them to know that I'm there for them the way they're there for me, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I get it.
Mentally, I've been going insane. I really been going insane. Like, have you ever just like sat in a room and you be like, I've been in this box for what, probably 11 months now. And I'm just ready to get out. Like, I be wanting to enjoy myself and I can't enjoy myself because I go to the same places: my mama house, my daddy house, my grandparents' house. When my grandparents drive me crazy, I go to my mama house. When my mama drive me insane, I go to my daddy house. But when I go to my daddy house, he got all them kids. So our kids drive me insane. I gotta find a balance to where I'm gonna go next. Because after a certain point, you just be like, I really don't want to deal with none of y'all. So I'm gonna just go in my room. I'm gonna stay here for 3 days and I ain't coming out. And I'm gonna come out when I'm happy again, ready to come back out.
Deshaun, what is it like in your household?
Right.
It's crazy. It's a lot of arguing about stuff, like the laptop just now with my sister.
Mhm.
My brothers and sisters won't stay out of my room because I'm the only one that has a game. So it's them coming in here, eating up my room, tearing everything up, not cleaning it back up, just irritating. And it's but they been supportive through the whole thing. You know, we all got each other back, so that helps.
So that was
100%. Siblings always have your back. If nobody else does, you know your siblings do.
Yeah, like I might talk crap about my sister to their face, but like the minute I hear somebody else doing it, it is going down. Like nobody told you to talk to my sister that way.
when I see my siblings, it just kind of be like, I really never get into an argument with my sister. And if I do, like, it don't even be that serious.
Michaela, I don't think that's true.
No.
I've heard you get in arguments with your sister multiple times.
We have got into arguments before, but our arguments have never took us to that point where it's like, I still can't stand you. Now, if it's my brothers, we'll get into an argument and then they'll try to talk to me and I'll be like, you know what? You're fake. Like, you're fake. And we just got into an argument.
You know, with siblings, 1 minute you guys are at each other's throats, and then the next minute you guys are eating Skittles and going to get ice cream.
No. Okay. So I have another question for you guys. What is your thoughts about the COVID vaccine?
I don't trust it.
Me either.
Why not?
Me
I
either.
don't know. Why? What you thinking, Deshaun? Why not?
I mean, I wouldn't trust a vaccine that I haven't really heard much about. I mean, from what I done heard about it, it do like crazy stuff to your face and stuff like that, and But I'm not sure totally.
Well, okay, not saying that I support the vaccine or don't support the vaccine, but like, wouldn't you rather live with the side effects of your face than get COVID?
But listen though, listen to this.
Well,
why do you still gotta wear a mask if you got the vaccine?
I cannot do that.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
With the COVID vaccine, I understand that it's kind of like the flu vaccine because, me and Sade, our stepmom is a nurse and she kind of broke it down and explained it to us. And it's kind of the smaller version of COVID, but it's like trying to, fight the cells and do all of that on the inside of your body. I don't know what that's called.
Okay, but this is not like a normal vaccine. This is messing with messenger RNA.
I don't trust it because even though you see what COVID has done to people, some people asymptomatic, some people in the hospital, some people just be okay and they just be chilling in the room for 14 days.
I mean, if it was made how like the flu vaccine was made, then great, maybe I'd get it. But like, it's made messenger RNA, like that's messing with your DNA. Like, no.
Yeah, I refuse to get it. I'm sorry. Like, I love all of y'all. I'm still gonna wear my mask. I'm still gonna have on my gloves. I'm still gonna use hand sanitizer. But I refuse to go to urgent care and get the vaccine. I ain't doing it.
That, and I'm still young. Like, they don't know if this vaccine could affect you having kids. They don't know if this vaccine could like make you sicker. Like, they don't know a lot about this vaccine. And I know we're like trial and error, but like, I can't afford trial and error.
Right.
This is my life.
Y'all just throwing it out there and giving it to people. Like I understand some people just trying it because like I noticed a video that I seen come across, and this young lady who was 5, she passed away from COVID, and her parents went to go get the vaccine in honor of her. But all the side effects and stuff that I didn't heard, I was like, I understand that you have lost a child, you have lost someone, but I don't trust that vaccine. It's not safe. I ain't doing
Not
it.
yet, at least.
Maybe in a couple of years when it gets a little bit more developed, but like right now, like they pulled this out of nowhere. They pulled this out of thin air.
I mean, you really got to think about it. COVID was coming, but that really just like dropped on us like a bomb in March.
We were
Like
not prepared for
you said,
COVID at all.
Not at all.
Yeah, I was in
nobody.
Florida.
We went from enjoying our life and seeing our friends at school and being able to go out and party to Michigan's on shutdown.
Yeah.
So crazy.
I can't do that. Okay, so another question. Actually, I think that is all of the questions.
Oh, I have a question.
Oh, okay.
Okay, number 4 is for our panelists. And I really want to know this. How has COVID affected your mental as well as your physical well-being? I really want to know.
Okay, so like physical wise, at least, I am super out of shape. And like now that everything's reopening and practice are starting, like right now it's so sore that it's ridiculous. And then like my mental health, like during the pandemic and being quarantined and everything, I had a lot more time in my hands to like start thinking about me and myself. And it just made me aware of like the things that I need to work on. And like I don't have depression or anything, but I'm pretty sure I have anxiety, and I didn't like know that before the pandemic.
I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. COVID hit me hard. I was so sad at the beginning of COVID. Like I would get up and go lay right back down. Granted, like when everything was just starting to get back to normal, I got COVID, so I was at home, and that made it even worse. Like having COVID because I saw my friends, and like people were out at the beach, and like people were like, like people were still doing a little bit of normal before we were completely shut down again. And like that just made me even sadder because it was like I miss doing everyday normal life. Like luckily we're starting to get back to that, and I found like some sense of normalcy in this pandemic. And even when got shut down again, I found some sense of normalcy, and I figured out a way to push through it. But it was really hard for me.
Right.
I get it.
Well, COVID really affected my mental health, and it was like a up and down roller coaster. Because it was like some things would happen during COVID, like when football season got canceled, and when they told us that we couldn't play anymore a second time when they canceled one of our games. It kind of brought my emotions up and down. And then it's also with like just being at home all the time for people who are already dealing with stuff like depression and anxiety and stuff. When they're home all the time by themselves, it intensifies times 10. So I'm not gonna say I have depression or nothing like that, but we all got things that we like to change about ourselves and stuff like that. So it really just gives you some time to think about that and process on what you can do to change that thing in your life, that whatever it may be.
Going off what Deshaun said, COVID had me bent because I was really trying to play football, and then they talking about if you play, you gotta wear a mask. I'm like, I ain't wearing no mask. I can't breathe. Oh yeah, run up and down the field to wear a mask.
Listen, but I really thought that I was in shape before COVID, and maybe being on that lockdown got me messed up. But like, I don't think I should have been that messed up from going from because like before COVID, like I was really in shape and we were ready, and and then after when we started going back to sports, it was like I couldn't breathe. I didn't know how to run anymore. I couldn't tumble. I couldn't jump. I couldn't stunt. I had to learn how to do all of that all over again with the mask on. Or like imagine saying words like screaming with the mask on. That is so freaking hard.
All that hot air you just blew out, blow right back.
Mhm.
I
Itchy.
can say as a person,
I had to start wearing like I dress up for games, so like this half of my face has makeup on it and this half doesn't because I'm sweating so bad under my mask.
I would have to say at least for me being me and being in the predicament I was in, uh when March came, I'm telling y'all right now, I was heated because I was like, oh, I gotta sit in the house with my mama. I gotta sit in the house with my granny. I gotta sit in the house with all my aunties. And at the time, my aunties, they be like, they just always got something to say. And I just be like, hey, listen, I can't sit in the house with y'all because it's not gonna work. And I be telling my mom, because me in the beginning, oh my God, my mom be like, I'm going to work. Bye. I'd be like, okay, enjoy your day. Have a nice day. But the part that really hurt me was kind of like when I did catch it, even though I was asymptomatic, like I had caught it. And I didn't know that I had it until like my nose got stuffy. And then I had already had like nasal congestion medicine. So it was kind of like when I took it, it would just go away. But being asymptomatic and knew that I had it, I was like, oh, this is not gonna work. And I was sad. And I called Lauren and I'm like, oh, what is going on? This is not working. And Taylor was like, you're gonna be fine. Calm down. So, it was kind of hard for me as a person, especially because like in the process, I was thinking about it like, how long have I had it and not know that I've had it? Because I was asymptomatic. And then on top of that, I was like, I've been around my grandparents. I didn't hugged on them. I didn't touch them. We got to make sure that they don't got it. So it was kind of like a defeat. And then my 14 days, I stayed at home for 14 days in quarantine. And then I stayed in there extra like 5 to 8 days just to make sure. So then when we doubled back and got the test, I was like, it better say negative. And it said negative. So I was really happy. And next thing you know, Madison and Lauren hit me up and was like, hey, we're going to Somerset. You want to go to the mall? Like we went back to just chilling because I found out I was negative. And Lauren had told me that she had got it. And then when she got her test and Madison got her test, they became negative. So we went back to chilling. But when everybody got in the car, we all had our mask on, just to protect each other. Cause we was like, we don't want to cause anybody else to get it. Cause we all
And I had hand sanitizer, was passing it out. You want the hand sanitizer?
I have a question for Michaela. Do you think that this has messed up your senior year?
You mean
I'm not a
Madison?
senior.
Yeah, it's okay. He meant me.
Okay.
Madison and Sade, those are two seniors. Y'all two.
COVID has definitely well, it has and it hasn't because there were things I was looking forward to as a senior, like I know like okay, I started cheering my freshman year, at least in high school. Like I've cheered before then, but like school cheer I started doing my freshman year. And like since freshman year, I had always seen the seniors go seniors first and like everything. And I have been looking forward to doing that all freshman, sophomore, junior year. And then it was like, you can't have a cheer season. And then I got like a little, they were like, actually, you can have a cheer season, but it's a little cheer season and you guys aren't allowed to eat around each other. You can't stump for half the season. You can't touch each other. Like, it was crazy. I don't know. Like, I definitely feel like this could have been better and not being back in school. Like, I didn't even get a first day of school, for real. If like you guys know, Sade and Jordan, how do you guys feel about this?
Man, it's crazy. Like speaking, like going off of what you were talking about, like even like stuff that I wanted to do for my senior year, like prom. Like I'm a very stylish person. I wanted to get fresh for prom, and then it's like I really can't get fresh for prom. Like I'm a very stylish person. Like that's something that I really want to do. Like it was a lot of stuff that I really want to do. Like I took off from playing basketball because of COVID and stuff like that. But I have no regrets on senior year. I just wish things could have went better. That's
Right.
what I probably.
100%.
Sister?
My situation is a little different. I'm a dual enrolled student, so I take college classes, and I wasn't gonna be at the high school like that anyways, except for like the special events like pep rally and prom. Fortunately, our school is trying to have prom. We're gonna raise the money up and see what we can do. Outside of that, though, the COVID's actually helped me because Oakland, I go to OCC. All the campuses are in different areas, and each semester I have a new set of classes, and sometimes they're all at different campuses, and that's just a lot of driving. So it's helped that all I have to do is just get up and look at the computer.
I mean, yeah, I understand that. I go to STC, so like
Yeah.
dual enrollment has definitely been different, but like compared to my junior year, like I would go to OCC first and then ride the bus back to mine. But like I don't know, it was weird for me. I prefer going in to the schools, you know?
Right.
It's definitely an atmosphere that I do miss, though. I miss the friends, the
Yeah.
vibes, them good mornings when you get yourself some McDonald's before you walk in.
Or just dominating at pep rallies, like that is the
Yeah.
best.
Right.
Okay, I got a question for all y'all. Now, I need y'all to tell the truth. Like, be completely honest, 100% honest. Do you know anyone that has turned to or gone to drugs or alcohol? Like, straight, just like, COVID ain't working for me. I need to do something to numb myself to be able to sit through it. Like, sit through it and be in it. Like, anybody, y'all know anybody that just was like, I'm going to smoke some weed and I'm just going to let it go.
Yeah, I'll probably have to say me because it was like a lot of my friends that were basketball players, they kind of like gave up on their dreams of playing basketball and they just turned to, well, I think it was all because of COVID. Yeah, it was all because of COVID. But I think they just turned to that as a coping mechanism for them because they didn't see that basketball was a way out. And then, they were trying to take our basketball season away. So they had no hope. So I think that they turned to drugs and alcohol to cope.
I've seen some people in the midst of this, they be like, this ain't working for me. And they just like, I need something to soothe myself or keep me numb and don't got to worry about nothing. And I just be like, is it really worth it though? Like, you really want to go ahead and do this? And they be like, man, you don't understand what I go through. But it's like, we all going through something at our own house and in our own household. But drugs ain't the option because drugs can mess you up bad. And there was a lot of people that I know that just like, they play football and I'm like, you gonna ruin your lungs just because you on COVID. Like, work out,
What's crazy? It's crazy to me though because this virus attacks your lungs, so you're gonna do something that like makes your lungs even worse.
Exactly.
I be trying to tell them the drugs and the alcohol is temporary. After you're done using it and the high is gone, you're left with the same feelings you had before you took it. So what's the purpose? What's the point?
It's a waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
They do
And
it.
money, definitely money.
Money.
Yeah.
People really be upset that they don't have their stuff for the week. Are you serious? They be grumpy and mad. I'm like, you'll be fine. You shouldn't be using
They're like, dang, I didn't make enough this week. I'm not gonna be able to get my stuff. Like what?
Like, they rather spend that than get them like the stuff they actually need, groceries.
Right. Like, I be on Snapchat, I be like, so y'all just posting all of this stuff? You just spent
Like,
$200
really doing
on some grams? Like,
And then trying to show it off.
right. I be like, that ain't cool. I be like, some of the girls I be seeing, I be like, now you wrong. That is not cute. You over there wasting your life away. And I just be like, come on now. You got better things to live for. Like, I told myself, like, as I sat through COVID, was sitting with my dad and I'm like, there's so much stuff that I wanted to do. I signed up for T.R.U.T.H to get into their cosmetology program. I wanted to start my own hair business. I'm getting that in place. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you can do in COVID, but people choose to do it like staying in, be in the wrong state of mind. Like, if you depressed and you sad, it ain't no telling what you gonna do. But the thing is that you turn to drugs and alcohol, and that's not it. It's not it.
Anything to add, Quincy, Lauren?
You got anything to say, Q?
Um, Not, well, yeah. Going off of you guys, I know some people that has posted them buying drugs. I asked them. I'd really asked them. I asked them why. They was like, because I'm bored and there's nothing else to do. I'm like, what? There's nothing else you can do? And he was like, nah, bro, I'm just bored. I'm like,
Okay,
okay.
so I have another question. Do any of you know any adults that have lost it during COVID?
Lost it?
Like lost their mind, going insane, probably didn't smoke some weed just to calm themselves down to handle with their kids, like lost it during COVID. I can say I can attest. I've seen my stepmom, she ain't really lose it like that, but them babies drive her insane. She went
It's like, dang, Michaela, just calling her out.
I mean, Alicia, you know I love you, mom, but at the same time, I've seen Alicia. Alicia is one of those high spiritual people. She'd be like, it's okay, guys, we're gonna get through it. You know, we got good spirits, have high spirits. And then babies took her from a high spirited person to, if you don't go get in the bed, we're gonna have a problem.
Oh my goodness, yes.
It's fed up. Your patience starts to run lower the longer you deal with them kids for a long period of time.
I have seen some adults lose it because, you know, like before you could send your kids to school, you could send them to cheer practice, dance practice. You could be like, go outside. Now, not so much.
Go outside because it's snowing. Daycare has been a blessing for us, though.
Right.
Yeah, but the thing that caught my household like the most was like trying to teach the kids their schoolwork, because like me and Madison, even though we like kind of remember it, they teach math and everything else in like a whole different way now, and so we can't help them. And you know, my mom, she hasn't taken, you know, elementary school math in like 30 years, 20, 30, whatever.
20,
And
I'm not that old.
but yeah, and it's like not like she remembers how to help them either.
Well, you gotta think
And
though,
it's just crazy.
us being students, it's really just the schooling system, if y'all really want to be honest, because like y'all know I sat here and I did work with my mom and a math problem that our teachers take us 15 steps to get to the answer. My mama did it in 5 steps. And I'm like, well, dang. But
Exactly.
our common core is switched. So when my auntie and them be trying to help us, it don't work.
Yes. Okay. So like right before me and Lauren are in advanced classes. So like we're a grade above where we're supposed to be. Well, Lauren's 2, but I'm 1. And so like math, just before I got above, they switched it to like a different type of math. And so now like my friends will ask me for help and I'm like, I don't know how to do that. Like that is not the same thing I learned.
It's not the same thing for anyone. That's why I say like common core is awful. And like being with my mom and being with my dad, I'd be like, they'll take 5 steps and it take me like 10, and I'd be like, I can't do it your way, because if I do it your way, I'm gonna be confused, and then I'm not gonna get the answer right, and then you're gonna be asking me, well, why you got a 78 on the test? Because I did it your way, and it ain't work. I did
Not
it your
the
way.
voice change. Why I gotta send you like really? That had me dying.
But I be like, you know, it's like I can't do it your way. I don't know how to do it your way.
My mom be complaining to me because she goes to work during the day, and I have 3 younger siblings, so like 5 and under, and they don't like to pay attention. So my mom just be sitting there watching them while they just be doing work, and she be wanting to go to work. Well, now she works for herself now because she does real estate, but like it's kind of hard for parents to teach their kids and work at the same time.
Right.
And you know what else is hard? Like being on at the same time as 3 or 4 other people. Like it is so difficult, me being on class, Lauren being on class, Alana, Harmony. Like this is ridiculous. I can hear Lauren's class, Alana's class, and Harmony's class at the same time that I'm hearing mine.
See, like, luckily at my dad's house, you know, Sade, her classes aren't, she has her classes adjusted to be turned to later. So she don't really be up when we all got to be up, but like most of the time I'm upstairs in the kitchen. Junior's in his room. The babies are at Miss Allison's. Cameron is in the basement, and it's hard to when because she's the oldest, and my parents go to work, and the baby's at daycare. So for me, I be trying to keep control of them too, and then they come in the kitchen and be like, oh, I'm hungry and this and that, and it's kind of
Yes.
hard to kind of balance it,
Yes.
especially
Yeah.
because Junior he'll be like, Cam, like they'll stop. And Cameron has a short attention span. They'll stop to play basketball. And I'll be like, Cameron, aren't you supposed to be in class? He'd be like, oh my God, lunch is over. And be trying to run back down to the basement. So it's like trying to keep kids that are in elementary school focused for a long period of time does not work out because they're
So
not used
hard.
to being
What
at
was it?
home.
At least your siblings actually like go to class when they realize they're late. I'd be like, little girl, aren't you supposed to be in class? And then like straight up lie to my face, knowing that I know they're supposed to be in class, and be like, no, it's lunch. What are you talking about? Oh, so you have lunch at 10 a.m. now? That's what's happening?
Nope.
Okay. I have another question for the panel. How has social distancing affected you?
Ooh.
Okay, so next week, February 1st, we go back to school. And it, like from the pictures that they've sent us, crazy, especially that lunchroom. The lunchroom looks like we're all in detention and getting in trouble for something, or like taking a giant like test, like the PSATs or something. And it looks like it's going to be so boring. And then on top of that, there's going to be assigned seats because they want to do contact tracing, making sure they know who's around you at all times. And it's just like, I am not ready because it just looks so, I don't even know how to explain it. Upsetting, I guess.
Or like, oh, sorry. So basically, like I've gone back to OSTC already because they started second semester, and so like it's so weird. There's only 7 kids in my actual class, but like there's 2 classes going on in the same building. So like the class that's right next to mine has like 12 kids, and then my class is like 7 because we do like days. You go on certain days, but it is so weird, like being there and having like the trifold sneeze guards is what they're called. Like those things are so flimsy, and like I feel like it's not normal. Like we were so hoping to get back to normal, and it feels like we're kind of there, but we're not there,
There are some
Exactly.
pros though. It's not all negative. Outside of school wise, you don't have to, how do I put this? You can be introverted if you want to. And you have a valid,
Yeah.
Right.
completely valid excuse.
Like
Oh, I'm
Corona,
trying to
everybody
put
was like
this
all
with
lovey
you.
dovey, hugging and touching everybody.
Yeah.
But now it's like, give me personal space. And they actually do it. It's crazy.
We go from giving
It's
hugs.
like give me elbow.
Right.
Like I could say like at my school, like they're planning the going back to school thing. And I was sitting here like, we have a hybrid schedule. So like it's organized by last names, and everybody that's A through L go to school on Monday and Tuesday, and then everybody that's M through Z go to school on Thursday and Friday, and then we don't have no school on Wednesday. And it just kind of sucks because even though like Quincy goes to my school, for instance, and my best friend Nyana goes to my school, and it's like, Quincy's last name is Nick, Nyana's last name is Mill. So it's like I'm gonna see them at school, but like majority of our friends, I really just sat here and I was like, half our friends' name is in the beginning of the alphabet. We ain't gonna see none of them. They just gonna be non-existent. And it's gonna be hard trying to do that because like our school, they put in place like we gotta walk as a whole, like our whole class gotta leave to go to the bathroom at one time. And I was just like, my bathroom schedule is not on the same as some of these other students. So like that's all going at once. We gotta walk in a line, and then we're not allowed to have like they call it social emotional time, where it's like we get to go out into our main hallway and we get to all socialize and talk to each other. And it's not really going to be none of that. It's really going to be like you're leaving one class, you're going to stay in a line or something and go to your next class. So it's not really fun, but I do want to go back to school just because I would like to see some people that I have not seen, even though I'm not going to see all of them clearly, but it sucks.
Feel it. I feel it. Okay, I have one more question for the panelists. Number 12. Hold on. So I know that this program is about to come to an end, but I have one more question. Since the pandemic happened, are
Okay. So, I'm sorry. Okay, wait. I think, yeah, I got it.
okay?
Question 12. So, as we're finna go off, because this is our last question, my question, well, Jordan's question is, what message of encouragement do you want to tell everyone who tuned in tonight that might need to hear something positive?
I would say don't don't take anything as a loss. Take it as a learning experience. Because
I will. Oh, go ahead.
because if you just keep thinking about like, oh I just lost, say for instance, I just lost a friend, he doesn't talk to me anymore. Like, just because he don't talk to you don't mean you don't got other friends. Just like, okay, I just don't have to be friends with that person no more. Just take it as a learning experience.
Right. I'll probably have to say, just stay in a positive way of thinking. Like, probably take on like meditating or something like that. Just stay positive. Like everything is like my brother said, it's not as a loss. Just stay positive because we're going to get over this eventually.
Going along with Jordan said, I'd say take one day at a time. It's been really hectic and we can get caught up with the future, but if we take one day at a time, it'll be able to slow us down and stay focused.
I'm gonna say, if you can find something, different habits like maybe writing or drawing, art, singing, try to get into a different habit just to keep you preoccupied during your day instead of, you know, like I said, some people do reach out to drugs and alcohol. Try not to use any substances. Just try to find something to help you cope or deal with being inside of COVID.
I would say that, like, firstly, take everything one thing at a time. Even if you have a lot to tackle, take it one problem at a time. Try to mix up your days so your day isn't consistently the same. I try to add something different to every day so that I'm not all feeling like I'm always in the same schedule. And definitely just like make sure you're like finding the positive in every day, looking for something positive in every day.
Okay, so is that everyone? Everyone said something?
Oh no, no. Uh, I would say just to keep your head up, focus on what you can control. Don't give no energy to nothing that doesn't need it. Uh, take some time off to really feel yourself and really get a a, a hold of your mental state right now because it's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Just talk to people. That's a big one because it's a lot of us, especially as a black man. We all build up these walls and stuff that we got to be tough and we can't let nobody, what I'm saying, see this weakness to us. But it's not a weakness. It's a part of being human. So just open up to people and really let them in so you can solve those type of problems.
Is that everyone? Well, with that being said, we would all like to thank you for joining our Surviving COVID Town Hall. and we all want you to enjoy your evening. But before you leave, we would like to present a video and a tribute to honor the ones that we have lost during this COVID time. And after the video, there will be a list of resources to help provide you for COVID, and there will be a list of resources to help and provide you things for substance abuse.